Hello everybody, welcome to another of the weekly editions of 3 stocks to buy and 3 I'd sell. Interesting week this week. We've got US interest rates later today, and tomorrow got UK ones, so some decisions to keep us on our toes. But today it's all about 3 stocks I'd like to buy and 3 I'd like to sell. Remember, these are just my ideas. Always do your own due diligence on these stocks. Do your research, homework before entering such trades. So what have we got today for you? Well, let's have a look at the shortlist. It's a reasonably long shortlist today. 28 stocks. We got the stock sectors there on the left, covering 14 sectors. Biggest one there, health technology, producer manufacturing, and then broken down by 24 industries, so pretty evenly spaced. Pharmaceuticals, metals, minerals, all these guys here, construction, farming, rentals, finance, commercials, investment managers, electrical products. A real big range for you today. And let's have a quick look at the names. Now I'm going to filter this down to the 3 and 3 for today's video, but we've got Meta, DraftKings, General Electric, Eli Lilly, Technip, Solar Edge, Enphase, Lucid, Plug Power, Chewy, Caterpillar, Affirm, Cameco, Uber, Remitly, Apollo, NextGen, PBF, Akamai, Dollar General, Neo, Sunrun, JD, Walgreens, Insulet, Advanced, Illumina, and finally Peloton. So a real big selection there for you. And if we just scroll down and see the range, the last year's trading range in terms of percentage gains, we've got JD.com, the Chinese internet code, down 44%. Up the top there, 143%. Really good gains there for Remitly. And we got GE just after that, 126% up. A bit of a recovery from those guys as well. So all of those stocks are ones that have hit my radar. Like I said, I've tweaked it down to 3 to buy and 3 to sell. So let's start with the sellers. Who are we going to go with? Let's go with Dollar General. That's my first one of the selection. And you might all know of them already. They are the US discount retailer. Been suffering from downgrades, weak results. People saying they're a broken business, and as you can see from the share price, it hasn't been a great period really since I drew on that line there. You can see that sort of breakdown in the price, 3 touches and down. 30th of May this year. This is a weekly Heikin-Ashi chart, by the way. What's the fall been? Let's have a look. We can use this tool over here. Let's go actually back to those highs where it had quite a few touches at $261.50. Didn't want to go any higher. Since those highs, down about 60%. We've got the point of control way down here at $71. So, you know, a long way to go downwards still. If we take, let's bring on the Fibonacci, see what if there's any key further downward lines. Well, we've got this one here, 78.6% at $107. Where we're sort of trading at now, breaks down there, then like I said, that's that point of control next. Bottom wise indicators, bearish, volatility, slightly picking up, not too much. You can see it does peak around earnings and gets more excitable around there. Yeah, that's my first pick there. Let's have a look at let's bring in the Renko charts here as well. Let's type in the ticker. We've got $1 block size here. It's a bit more short-term action for you to get some numbers out there. I suppose first takeaway, bouncing off that 200 moving average, there. She's just turning up to the upside there, but the trend's still down, so still very weak. Point of control on this chart here, $165. So got a lot of upside there. That big fall from August time. There's the earnings date there. Not a lot of volume to where we're at the moment. What about the downside? Let's get some Fibonacci's on there. Any significant highs that we can see? So let's bring it way out to that treble top up there and take it to the lows where we're at the moment. Let's do it the reverse way around. So we've got some downside targets. Now let's pull it back again and see what we've got. We've got this here, this break below these lows. Next stop, $72, then $51. So if the bad news continues, there's a lot of downside still left there. So next up, who have we got? Let's go back to here, and the ticker for this guy is ILMN. They are called Illumina. Who are Illumina, you might be asking? They are a healthcare and equipment company. Genome sequencing, about 23 billion market cap, global player, develops markets, manufacturers, life science tools and systems. Background, income's been down, China weakness hitting returns. There's some US security regulator probes in there, and they had an investor, famous one, Icon, who's been fighting the board, ousted the chairman and got a new one in. So all a bit of a mess there, really. And it doesn't look that much more healthy in the chart either. You can see all the way down. Let's measure the fall from that high, which was back in February of 21. We're down, about 3/4 of the price from there. Point of control in terms of price action, you can see that volume there. $200. Let's round it to $200. Then we got that gap, call it the arc, up to the next, sort of 300 zone. Put on the Fibonacci's to see a roadmap of price action, and let's just pull that out a bit. Well, what can we see? Immediate takeaways. Well, we had that volume there. We've got the key Fibonacci line at 278. That's 38.2% line. Then at 383, there's 61.8% line. Without some longer term downside targets, let's use this Fibonacci tool to go from the high to the low. And we're looking at, if it breaks here, it is a very long way down, actually. It's almost down to $23, $24. So it's not looking great in the long term there, and all the indicators below, all bearish at the moment. Volatility just starting to pick up a little. Still not massive there on those guys. And let's do some Renko work on them. ILMN. Get some numbers in the shorter term, because that was quite a long-term view. So it was, a worst case long-term scenario really there for the price. Go from the low to the highs there back in March, $234, $235. Breakdown in the price from here, $112, then $98, $99. You can see the indicators are both negative, bearish as well, trading under its long-term moving average, broken out of various band setups there as well, and heading, like I said, down there. Point of control, shorter term, $185 around here, and it's got to fill back into that space where there's no price action before it starts to stabilize and can think of moving up, maybe say into this sort of price zone around in the early 200s, but at the moment looking very weak. And finally, the last short stock opportunity or buying put opportunity for you. Ticker PODD. We are staying in the healthcare and equipment industry sector, and they are called Insulet, who are Insulet develop, sell, manufacture insulin delivery systems. Now, the problems they've got are increased competition and revenues have been down. Global player, suffering from really demand and, like I say, competition out there. Let's briefly go through the indicators at the bottom. Bearish there, starting to slow down the downside, but still weak. Volatility just picking up above its sort of longer term average. And onto the price action itself. Let's draw on the Fibonacci. So let's actually have a look at what the downside was from the highs. About 50%. Those highs not that long ago, May of this year, and it hasn't been a good period since. So let's get some Fibonacci numbers on there. There we go. So longer term view, remember, breaks down from this level. We're talking $130, then $74, $75. Not much volume in that space where it is at the moment either, so could slip quite quickly into this sort of middle area, $100 sort of range, a point of control at $180, just above where we are now. You can see, that point of control line running through there. The price had been bouncing off there, just broken down on through. And like I said, heading next 130. Let's have a quick look at the Renko charts. Block size $2.50. Straight away at the bottom, trend down, stochastics down. What else do we have? Trading below the moving average, broken out of the Darvas box breakout setup and the Donchian bands just recently. Not a lot of volume in there, so it slipped down quickly. Point of control $290 up there. Let's get down some Fibonacci. Let's have a look at the upside first, if there is a recovery theme, but we're still remembering focusing on the downside. Key numbers coinciding with the volume as well on the Fibonacci's 230 up there. We've got to get through this chunk of volume here, just over 200 before we can get up there, and then 61.8% Fibonacci line takes us up back into that price action and price noise that we've seen a lot of before it started slipping. Downside wise, let's have a quick look from high to the low. Some short term downside, we've got 121, just under 100 if it breaks on down from here. So let's think more positive. Let's have a look at some upside potential plays here. We're going to start with a ticker called CCJ, and that's Cameco Corporation, however you want to pronounce it. Chart looks very nice. Been trending on up. Who are they? They are a uranium based company producing for electricity, global, Canadian originally, but like I said, you can trade them on the US with the ticker CCJ. About 17 billion market cap, so not particularly small, but call them medium small in terms of size. Ticker, as our indicator wise, bullish down the bottom there. Volatility's fallen off quite a lot, trading way under its moving average. While it's been trending, the volatility stayed calm. It's pushing up record highs, just over $40, nearly $42. Where else could it be heading in the much longer term? Let's do the high to the low there. pull that down. Let's zoom in a little bit. Next upsides, we could be saying $50, 51, then 56, 57 dollars. That's much longer term. And if we go into the Renko charts, stock size 40 cents. You see it's just pulling back actually in terms of price at the moment, and that's reflecting the stochastic down the bottom, but the trend's still very strong. Let's put on some Fibonacci's. Down to the low there in May of 22. There we go. What can we see? Well, the volume, there's not much volume where we're currently trading. That's slipping down over the period that we're looking at. Point of control way down here at $21, $22, so half the price again. Broke out from this Darvas box setup, pushed on up. Then again from the Donchian breakouts of the bands, pulling back, maybe using the Fibonacci as the roadmap here in terms of potential downside support. $36.5, $33 maybe to the downside. Like I said, it slips a lot in the volume when the volume starts to pick around about where the longer term moving average is, about $28, $29. But upsides, where could we be having a look to go next? If it maybe see this sort of shape, gets through those highs, talking mid 46s, just under 50, and then around about $54. So that's our first upside potential play. Now, second, we've got an energy company, and they're called PBF Energy. They are an independent petroleum refiner in unbranded like energy products like transport fuels, heating oil, feedstocks, lubricants. US based, two main areas of business. Let's get onto the big chart first. Logistics and refining. So logistics and things like storage and pipelines. Earnings have been up. Fundamentals pretty solid. Let's just pull the chart out a bit so we can see a bit more. If we can get rid of that. There we go. Let's pull it back a bit further, see what the history is. Been trending nicely really since lows in November of 2020, up, well, that's 1100, 1200%, so real strong gainer there at the moment. Indicator wise, trend is up nicely, slowing down there on the awesome oscillator, just petering back. Maybe a bit slow down in that recent trend that we can see there. Let's get some Fibonacci's on the chart. Let's see if there's anything significant wise we can pick out highs and lows. You can actually see, I'll just draw this on first. Looking like we're at new highs. Let's go down to there. You can see it's had this patch over here back in 2018, October 2018, at those highs, $54, $55, where we're at right now. So it's looking to break into new territory for a possible upside move to about $70 and then up to $77, $78. We zoom in so we can see that better. What about the downside? Look, I suggest that 61.8, which ties into the volume there, around about $40, just under 30, call it $36.5 to $40 as a potential pullback zone. Buying opportunity maybe there. Then if it breaks there, we're all the way down through two key Fibonacci lines. We've got that big arc of not a lot of volume there. $24, then $16.5 into this sort of zone. But at the moment, it's been a really nice uptrend, strong looking energy company. Let's get to Renko. 60 cents block size in play there. Let's slap on the Fibonacci's from that high to the low. Let's pull them out a bit. Where was that low there? May of this year. Indicators at the bottom. Bullish trend, stochastics bearish, so neutral at the moment as we're seeing that pullback. Look at the volume over there at price all around this key Fibonacci line, $46. Maybe we'll get a bit of a pullback into here for looking to go up. If we do get negative, get bearish on here, 38.2% line right on the point of control at just over $40 looks like the pullback zone. Upwise, we've got, like I said, 61, 65, and just under $70 as the potential upside moves. And then finally, what have we got last of all? Something slightly different. The ticker is APO. Apollo Global Management, New York-based, 52 billion market cap, private equity investment company. Now they specialize in all sorts of areas: credit, private equity, real estate, hedge funds, acquisitions, investments, you name it, they're into it. You know, commodities, entertainment, tech, clean energy, all over the globe. You know, they're a big player in this world. And like I said, reasonable size, 50, 60 billion market cap. So not a small company by any means, and do very well at what they do. And as you can see by the chart, if we go back to the March 20 lows, they're the obvious standout low to where we're at today, up 350%. So doing very well for themselves. And indicator wise, very bullish on the trend. Awesome oscillating green as well. Point of control back here down at $48, but you have got a lot of volume really into mid 60s, even to the 70s. Let's put on the Fibonacci charts, lines, and zoom in a bit as well. So from here, upsize next, longer term, $112, $123, $125. Pullback area, I'd be marrying it into somewhere with this Fibonacci line here, $77, $76. And then again, that next key Fibonacci line, about $65. But looking healthy there on the longer term. And into the Renko for the last time. Size 55 cents. Indicators at the bottom, all bullish. Point of control down there at $63, trading above its longer term moving average. Fibonacci's, let's put them on. There we go. Let's pull that down. Where could we be heading next for Apollo? It's about the $100 target there, 107, then 114, 115. We've got a lot of volume, point of control just down here. So that could be where the support happens if it does pull back for a potential rebound. That 200 moving average looks like it's heading towards the 61.8% Fibonacci line, $78. You've got that sort of gap in the volume, then down towards the 38.2% Fibonacci line, which is around about $70. But all looking very good and strong for Apollo Global Management. So there you go. 3 to buy, 3 to sell. What 3 did we have to sell? We had Lumina, Insulet, and Dollar General. To the upside, Comeco, PBF Energy, and then Apollo. Remember that short list also that we picked from. Quite a few there for you to investigate and dive into further. Hope you've enjoyed today's live stream. That's it really for this week in terms of live stream events. We go through the whole lot again starting next Monday, so don't miss out there. Hit the subs and bell buttons to receive notification of those events and any other content that will be coming out. If you like today's video, please give us a thumbs up. All very much appreciated, and leave your comments and feedback. So all that's left for me to say is thanks for watching. Good luck with the trading, and I'll see you again soon.